Hey, good morning, everyone. What's up? My name is Onepeg. In this video, apparently, in the following scenario, you will be banned from Dark and Darker. Hey, man. Hey, what's up? So I'm, running through the dungeon, and notice that you're also running through this dungeon. I got a whole bunch of loot on me. Do you have a whole bunch of loot on you? Yeah, I do have a whole bunch of loot on me. Are we fighting? Do you want to die? Actually, no, I don't want to die. I'm assuming that you don't want to die. Rather than us killing each other, you want to just, team up and run around and kill stuff together? Yeah, actually, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do that. Both of those people just got banned. I wish I was making this up. 10 minutes ago, Grayson, the lead CM for Ironmace Games, posted, "Hello, everyone. Over the last few weeks, we've clearly heard your concerns regarding teaming. At first, our stance was as long as players are naturally grouping in the dungeons, then it was considered okay. Unfortunately, this has become extremely common, and we've decided that it is time to adjust this stance. Starting today, if you are caught grouping with another team to kill other players inside the dungeon, you will be banned. If you just avoid each other, then this is okay, but actively fighting together is no longer considered okay, even if formed through VoIP. The first offense will be a 14-day suspension, and the next offense will be permanent. If you catch users clearly grouping together to fight other teams, please send any video evidence to anti-cheat support account. Thank you all so very much. This only applies for evidence gathered from now on. Please do not send us past evidence." Okay, so why are they doing this? Well, the reason has to do with High Roller. On the west coast of the United States especially, and especially the SEA servers, the High Roller dungeons are being overrun by culturally Asian language speaking teaming gamers, and they are primarily being centralized around people that are teaming for the purposes of dominating a dungeon for High Roller, getting all of the best possible loot, and either selling that loot outright for real money or liquidating that into gold and selling the gold outright for real money. See, in this game, it's very hard. It's not like a first-person shooter game where you can get away with actively cheating in a way that dominates the board. There aren't any, there are, but it's very rare that you see, rapid fire bows and arrows, headshotting people across maps, and machine gun-esque type of mechanics. It doesn't really work like that in this game. Most of this game, for the cheats that exist for it, are centralized around people that have, HP pools that are very effective at mitigating damage, or they do a ton of damage with a melee weapon at very close range, or in most every case, it has something to do with walls, being able to see people on the map and where they're migrating to. And because of the BR circle, that still forces people to have to fight each other, which means that the guys that are trying to do the gold selling and the excessive farming end up dying. So the alternative method to this is you have 3 and 4 teams worth of players that are all on the same large team, and then they just don't kill each other with sometimes there'll be a single player that will go in at the same time and then die on purpose to tell all of the teaming players where the non-teaming players are on the map. Yesterday, I ran into a random ranger that was trying to kill a skeletal champion. He was standing on top of a fence having a time of it and running out of arrows. I helped him kill the skeletal champion. If a third party comes in behind me and decides that he wants to fight me, and I kill him while the ranger cheers me on and never fires a shot, am I teaming? How about the countless number of clips where people are running around in a dungeon and they decidedly just act cool toward the other guys and don't get killed, then they end up in Inferno and meet up with those people later. End Boss, for example, who's a good buddy of mine, has countless clips of times where he was playing solo cleric on High Roller and ended up meeting a random duo in Inferno and just decided to heal them because they didn't have a third party during a boss fight just to help them out. I would assume that that's also teaming and would get N-Boss banned just because he wanted to be a nice guy and he literally RP'd the class. There are so many gray area scenarios here that are going to get people arbitrarily suspended that I fear, at this point, I'm not even joking, I genuinely fear for the longevity of this game. Given this social change, I fear for the longevity of this game. Not because of what they're trying to accomplish with the guys that are doing fucky shit in High Roller. They need to do something about that. It's the way they're going about doing it. They're going to punish legitimate players for just trying to enjoy the gameplay that they have set in front of them in an attempt to take out the bad guys. And that never really ever works. I'm going to assume that this is Ironmace's band-aid for not having having an adequate enough method of detection for being able to tell who is teaming on a regular basis outside of VoIP and who is naturally teaming with each other inside of the game when they just run into each other and decide not to murder each other. So, of course, there's going to be gray area here. If you have two people that are decidedly mining, for instance, guys that are just on farming runs in Goblin, let's say, and they're just not killing each other, they're not teaming, but they're mining alongside of each other. And then you have a third-party aggressor that decides to come in and fight them. And those two miners decide they would each individually like to keep their stuff and just kill the aggressor. Is that teaming? Or is that just them not killing each other and killing a third-party aggressor? Just as a matter of example. I don't know what the answer to that is. And I also don't know if this is the right response to this. I would rather see the devs develop some form of more sophisticated detection methods in order to be able to prevent the RMT douchebags from doing what they are doing and really ruining the experience for everyone, as opposed to this, which feels like it is a really large blanket response and kind of defeats the purpose of the VoIP system in the game altogether. The social interaction in this game has been one that I have found to be very, very rewarding and very fun. And there have been really, really good moments in history where people like Poke, for instance, would quote-unquote try to befriend someone else in the dungeon that was also running solo on like a threes map, and then pickpocket them while they were not killing each other. Like, those types of interactions can't happen anymore because guys like Poke making that type of content would get Poke banned. So I don't know. I don't know if I like this one. I guess all we can do is hope that they figure out some better way to detect the guys that are doing all the active teaming on the outside, and this ends up getting reverted somehow. But in the meantime, I guess my job as a content creator in part is to educate and get the word out there. So long and short of it is, don't team up with people randomly in the dungeon. You can make decided efforts not to kill each other, but then I guess you kind of have to go your own separate ways, which is unfortunate. Because, like, there are guys that are new to this game all the time, and showing people how to do this is also kind of fun, which you can't do now, which it's just weird. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming and checking this video out. As soon as this video is live, I will be live over twitch.tv/onepeg. Also, I will be live on YouTube as we are simulcasting on both platforms now. I believe we're playing with Velian and Sacriel today, so come by and say hi. Thank you all so very much for all of the viewership that you have given me in the last couple of months. It is an amazing and wild ride, and I thank you all so much for doing that and continuing to do that. You guys are the best, and I will see you in the next one, okay? Peace.